The story of the Indian rupee is a long and fascinating one, stretching back centuries. The very first coin called a rupee was introduced by a ruler named Sher Shah Suri around the year 1538. This was a silver coin, heavy and beautifully made, with writing in both Arabic and the local Devanagari script. This early coin set the stage for the currency that would one day become a symbol of India itself. The name rupiah continued to be used during the time of the great Mughal Emperor Akbar, cementing its place in the country's history. The rupee was not just money, it was a piece of India's identity, evolving with the empires that ruled the land. Later, during the time of British rule, the rupee went through another big change. The British East India Company wanted to create a standard coin that could be used everywhere. To do this, they built several mints, which are like factories for making money. One of the most important of these was the mint in Calcutta, now known as Kolkata. This mint was first built in 1757 and was later modernized in 1835. During the British Raj, which started in 1858, this mint began producing huge numbers of machine-made silver 1 rupee coins. These coins were different because they had a picture of the British king or queen on them, a symbol of their power. When India gained its independence in 1947, it was a moment of immense pride and change. The new nation needed its own symbols, free from its colonial past. One of the most important changes was to the currency. The country needed new coins that represented the spirit of a free and independent India. The task of creating these new coins fell to the historic mints, including the one in Kolkata. This mint, which had once produced coins for a foreign ruler, was now ready to create money for its own people, marking a new chapter in its long and storied history. The transition was a powerful statement of sovereignty. The journey from a British-ruled territory to a sovereign republic was reflected in every aspect of life, and currency was no exception. The old coins featuring British monarchs were a constant reminder of a past that India was moving away from. The new government made it a priority to design and issue a new series of coins that would belong to the people of India. The Kolkata Mint, with its decades of experience and skilled workers, was at the forefront of this historic mission. It was tasked with bringing to life the first 1 rupee coin of the Republic of India, a coin that would circulate in the hands of millions and symbolize a new beginning. On August 15, 1950, a very special day for India, the first coins of the new republic were officially issued. This was a historic moment, as these coins were the first to carry symbols that were truly Indian. The most significant change was the replacement of the British monarch's portrait. In its place, the new 1 rupee coin featured the magnificent Ashoka lion capital. This powerful emblem, taken from an ancient pillar erected by Emperor Ashoka, shows 4 lions standing back to back. It was chosen to represent India's core values of courage, power and confidence, as well as its commitment to peace. The new coin was a bold declaration of a new national identity. The first 1 rupee coin of the Republic of India was a substantial piece of metal, designed to feel solid and valuable in one's hand. It was minted from pure nickel, a shiny and durable material that gave the coin a bright, silvery appearance. It was quite large, with a diameter of 28 millimeters, making it easy to recognize. The coin was also heavy, weighing 11.66 grams. This weight and size were chosen to give people confidence in the new currency. The design on the other side of the coin, the reverse, showed a large numeral 1 flanked by 2 ears of grain, symbolizing the nation's agricultural prosperity and hope for a bright future. The production of this new coin was a major undertaking for the Kolkata Mint. Workers and machines that had once created coins for the British Empire were now dedicated to producing this new symbol of Indian sovereignty. The transition required new designs, new dyes, the stamps used to press the image onto the metal, and a renewed sense of purpose. The mint worked tirelessly to ensure that enough of these new coins were produced to meet the needs of the entire country. Each coin that left the mint was a small but powerful piece of the new India, ready to be used in markets, shops, and homes across the land. The introduction of the 1950 nickel rupee was more than just a change in currency. It was a cultural shift. For the first time, people held in their hands a coin that reflected their own nation's heritage and aspirations. The Ashoka lion capital was not just a design. It was a connection to a glorious past and a promise of a self-reliant future. This first series of nickel coins, produced from 1950 until 1964, established the look and feel of the modern Indian rupee. The Kolkata Mint played a central role in this foundational period, laying the groundwork for the coin's long and fascinating journey through the decades that followed. As India's new coins began to circulate across the country, a simple system was used to identify where each coin was made. India has several mints, including those in Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Noida, in addition to the one in Kolkata. Each of these mints was given its own unique symbol, known as a mint mark. For example, coins from Mumbai often have a small diamond shape, while those from Hyderabad have a star. These tiny marks are usually found at the bottom of the coin, just below the year it was made. This system allows coin collectors and historians to trace the origin of any particular coin, adding another layer to its story. However, the coins produced at the Kolkata Mint are special in this regard. Unlike the other mints, the Kolkata Mint was not assigned a specific symbol. Instead, its identifying feature is the complete absence of any mint mark. If you look at a 1 rupee coin and find a blank space below the year of issue, you know that it was made in the historic Kolkata Mint. This unique characteristic makes Kolkata coins easy to identify for those who know what to look for. It is a subtle but distinct signature, a quiet testament to the mint's long history as one of India's original and most important coin-producing facilities. This tradition of having no mint mark has continued for most of the Kolkata Mint's history. It is a practice that dates back to its early days as the primary mint of British India. Because it was the main facility, it was considered the default and therefore needed no special mark. The other mints, which were often established later or served as supplementary facilities, were the ones that required identification marks. This practice carried over into the Republic of India era, making the no mark a symbol of the Kolkata Mint's foundational role in the nation's currency system. It is a mark of distinction through its very absence. For coin enthusiasts, known as numismatists, identifying the mint mark is a crucial first step in understanding a coin's history and potential rarity. A coin's value can sometimes depend on where it was minted, as some mints produced fewer coins in certain years than others. The blank space on a Kolkata coin is therefore not just an empty spot. It is a key piece of information. It connects the coin directly to the city of Kolkata and its rich industrial and cultural heritage. It tells a story of a mint that has been silently and consistently producing the nation's currency for generations, without needing a special symbol to announce its presence. For over a decade, the large, heavy, pure nickel 1 rupee coin was the standard in India. People had grown accustomed to its feel and appearance. However, by the early 1960s, the world was changing and the cost of metals was beginning to rise. Nickel, in particular, was becoming more expensive. For a growing country like India, which needed to produce millions of coins for its expanding economy, the cost of minting became a serious concern. The government and the Reserve Bank of India realized that continuing to use pure nickel for the 1 rupee coin was no longer economically sustainable. A change was necessary to manage costs while still providing a reliable currency. The solution was to switch to a different metal composition. Starting in 1962, India began to introduce 1 rupee coins made from a cupro-nickel alloy. This alloy is a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change had several advantages. It was significantly cheaper to produce than pure nickel coins, which helped the government save a considerable amount of money. The new cupro nickel coins still had a silvery appearance and were durable, so they were easily accepted by the public. The Kolkata Mint, along with other mints, began the process of transitioning its production lines to accommodate the new metal alloy. This transition was not immediate. For a few years, both pure nickel and cupro-nickel coins were produced, but the shift was clear. The design of the coin remained largely the same, with the Ashoka lion capital on one side and the large numeral 1 on the other. However, the weight and feel were slightly different. The cupro-nickel coins were a little lighter than their pure nickel predecessors. This period of change, from the early 1960s through the end of the decade, represents an important chapter in the coin's history, showing how economic realities can directly influence the physical nature of money. The move to cupro-nickel became the new standard for the 1 rupee coin for many years, after a brief pause in production in the early 1970s, which was caused by a major global event. The minting of 1 rupee coins resumed in 1975, using this same cupro-nickel alloy. The Kolkata Mint was a key player in this long-term shift, adapting its processes to ensure a steady supply of these more cost-effective coins. This change demonstrated the government's ability to adapt to global economic pressures while maintaining the stability and integrity of the nation's currency, a practical decision that would define the rupee for the next generation. The year 1970 holds a special place in the history of the Indian 1 rupee coin, largely because of a major global event that made one particular coin incredibly rare. In 1969, the world experienced a severe shortage of nickel. The price of this essential metal skyrocketed, increasing by as much as 5 times its original cost. This global nickel crisis had a massive impact on industries all over the world, including the minting of coins. For India, which was still producing some coins from nickel, the situation was critical. The cost of producing a 1 rupee coin was suddenly far greater than its face value, making it impossible to continue large-scale production. As a result of this crisis, the production of 1 rupee coins in India came to a near-complete halt. In the year 1970, only a very small number of 1 rupee coins were minted across all of India's mints, including Kolkata. It is estimated that only about 2,900 of these coins were made in total. These coins were struck from the older 100% nickel planchets, likely using up the last of the available stock before the full impact of the price hike was felt. The extreme scarcity of these coins was immediate. The situation was so severe that the Reserve Bank of India completely stopped minting any 1 rupee coins from 1971 to 1974. Because so few were made, the 1971 rupee coin, especially one from the Kolkata Mint, identified by its lack of a mint mark, became an instant rarity. It is considered one of the holy grails for collectors of modern Indian coins. Finding one in circulation is almost impossible, as most were quickly snapped up by collectors or were simply never released to the public in large numbers. The story of this coin is a perfect example of how global economics can create numismatic treasures. It wasn't a special design or a mistake that made it valuable, but rather a worldwide shortage of metal. Today, in 2026, the 1970 nickel 1 rupee coin is highly sought after and commands a very high price in the collector's market. Depending on its condition, its value can range from 20,000 rupees to well over 1 lakh rupees, which is more than $1,150. There have even been viral stories on the internet claiming that this single coin could be valuable enough to trade for a new smartphone. While these stories are often exaggerated, they highlight the coin's legendary status. The 1970 Kolkata Mint rupee is not just a piece of currency, it is a tangible piece of economic history, a metal witness to a global crisis. By the early 1980s, India faced another economic challenge related to its currency. The price of metals, including the copper and nickel used in the cupro-nickel alloy, continued to rise. Once again, the cost of producing the 1 rupee coin was getting too close to its face value. The government needed a new, more affordable solution to ensure that it could continue to supply the country with enough small denomination coins. The search began for a metal that was durable, readily available, and most importantly, inexpensive. The answer was found in a common yet robust material, stainless steel. This marked the beginning of another major transformation for the 1 rupee coin. In 1983, the Kolkata Mint, along with others, began producing a brand new version of the 1 rupee coin made from ferritic stainless steel. This change was, honestly, revolutionary. The new coins were noticeably different from their predecessors. They were significantly lighter, weighing only 6 grams, a little more than half the weight of the original nickel coins. They were also smaller, with a diameter of 26 millimeters, down from the 28 millimeters of the older coins. This reduction in size and weight made the coins cheaper to produce and easier to transport in large quantities, solving the economic problem the government was facing. The public's reaction to the new stainless steel coin was mixed at first. People were used to the heavier, larger coins, and some felt the new, lighter version seemed less valuable. However, the practical benefits soon became clear. The stainless steel coins were very durable and resistant to rust and wear, which meant they stayed in circulation for a long time. Over time, people grew accustomed to the new size and weight, and the stainless steel rupee became the new standard. This version of the coin was produced from 1983 until 1991, a period that solidified the use of steel in India's modern coinage. This shift to stainless steel was a practical and forward-thinking move. It ensured the long-term stability of the nation's currency production in the face of fluctuating global metal prices. Stainless steel remains the primary metal used for 1 rupee coins in India even today, although the designs and specific compositions have continued to evolve. The steel revolution of the 1980s, initiated at mints like Kolkata, was a critical step in the modernization of India's currency. It created a coin that was fit for a rapidly changing economy, a coin that was truly of its time, light, efficient, and built to last. In India, the 1 rupee coin is much more than just a unit of currency used for buying and selling. It holds a deep cultural and symbolic meaning that is woven into the fabric of daily life and tradition. One of the most widespread customs is placing a coin in the foundation of a new building. When construction begins on a new house, temple, or public building, a 1 rupee coin is often placed in the first layer of concrete or brick. This act is a powerful prayer for prosperity, stability, and good fortune for the structure and the people who will use it. The coin acts as a symbolic foundation stone, wishing for a future as solid and enduring as the metal itself. The coin also appears in beautiful legends and stories that teach important values. One such tale speaks of a community trying to build a magnificent golden statue of the Buddha. They collected vast amounts of gold, but the final casting was unsuccessful. A wise monk explained that the statue was missing a crucial element, a contribution from the heart, no matter how small. A poor elderly woman came forward and offered the only thing she had, a single copper coin. When her coin was added to the molten gold, the casting was finally completed perfectly. This story illustrates the profound idea that every single person's contribution is essential for building a strong and unified nation. This idea of unity and the importance of every citizen's contribution was brought to life in a modern campaign from 2020 to 2022. An organization called the Navsajan Trust launched the 1111 campaign. They created a special coin made of brass, weighing 1,111 milligrams, and engraved it with a powerful question about achieving an untouchability-free India by 2047. The plan was to have this symbolic coin placed in the foundation of India's new parliament building. To support this cause, they invited citizens from all over the country to contribute a simple 1 rupee coin, reinforcing the message that true national unity is built on the equal participation of all its people. From religious ceremonies to daily acts of charity, the 1 rupee coin is a constant presence. It is often the first donation a child learns to give, a token of good luck passed from an elder to a younger person, or an offering made at a temple to seek blessings. Its small value makes it accessible to everyone, allowing people from all walks of life to participate in these shared cultural practices. The humble 1 rupee coin, produced for decades at the Kolkata Mint, is therefore not just an economic tool, but a cultural artifact, carrying with it the hopes, prayers, and collective spirit of 1 billion people. The journey of the 1 rupee coin is not just a story of metal and minting. It is also a story of celebrating India's history and achievements. Over the years, the Kolkata Mint has produced special versions of the 1 rupee coin to mark important national events and anniversaries. These are known as commemorative coins. They often feature unique designs that honor historical figures, significant milestones, or cultural themes. While many of these are made for collectors and are not intended for general circulation, they play a vital role in preserving the nation's memory. They turn a simple coin into a miniature monument that people can hold in their hands. A significant recent example of this was in 2025, when India celebrated the 75th anniversary of the Republic. To mark this momentous occasion, the government issued a special series of commemorative coins, including a newly designed 1 rupee coin. These coins were released to honor the long journey of the nation's currency system since the first coins were issued in 1950. The Kolkata Mint, as one of the original mints of the Republic, participated in this celebration, producing coins that served as a tribute to its own legacy and the enduring strength of the Indian rupee. These events connect the present generation to the historical significance of their currency. The rich history of the rupee has also been celebrated through public exhibitions. In late 2025 and early 2026, the Samaya Arts Foundation organized a major exhibition in Mumbai called Odyssey of the Rupee. This event showcased 500 years of the Indian rupee's history, from its earliest forms under Sher Shah Suri to the modern coins of today. The exhibition featured an incredible collection of rare and important coins, allowing the public to see the evolution of their money up close. Among the highlights were rare coins from the Kolkata Mint, including the legendary 1970 nickel rupee and the very first 1950 issue, telling their stories to a new audience. These exhibitions and commemorative issues serve an important educational purpose. They bring history to life, making it accessible and engaging for everyone, from serious collectors to curious schoolchildren. They remind us that the coins in our pockets are not just inanimate objects, but a part of a larger narrative that is deeply connected to our national identity. By celebrating these milestones, we honor the journey of the rupee and the mints like Kolkata that have been its faithful custodians. They ensure that the fascinating story of the 1 rupee coin will continue to be told and appreciated for many generations to come. As of today, February 24, 2026, the 1 rupee coin continues to be an essential part of India's currency system, and the Kolkata Mint remains a key producer. Though its design and composition have changed dramatically since 1950, the coin's fundamental role has not. It is still the foundational unit of the Indian rupee, a coin used in countless transactions every single day across the nation. The modern 1 rupee coin, made of stainless steel, is a product of decades of evolution shaped by economic needs, technological advancements, and a desire for efficiency. It is smaller and lighter than its ancestors, but its importance is just as great. The legacy of the Kolkata Mint is deeply embedded in every 1 rupee coin it has ever produced. From the heavy, pure nickel coins that announced India's sovereignty to the world, to the rare 1970 issue that tells a story of a global crisis, and to the efficient stainless steel coins of today, the mint has been a constant, reliable source of the nation's money. Its unique identifying feature, the absence of a mint mark, is a silent badge of honor, signifying its status as one of India's original and most venerable minting institutions. It has adapted to every challenge, from metal shortages to rising costs, without ever failing in its mission. Looking back, the journey of the Kolkata Mint's 1 rupee coin is a mirror reflecting the journey of India itself. The switch from the British monarch's portrait to the Ashoka lion capital mirrored the nation's move from colony to republic. The changes in metal, from nickel to cupro-nickel to steel, reflect India's economic pragmatism and its integration into the global economy. The coin has been a witness to 7 decades of change, growth, and resilience. It has been a part of grand national celebrations and the quiet, everyday lives of millions of people, connecting them all in a shared economic and cultural space. The story of the 1 rupee coin is far from over. As India continues to grow and evolve, its currency will undoubtedly evolve with it. New designs, new security features, and perhaps even new materials may be introduced in the years to come. But the legacy of the coins that came before, especially those crafted in the historic halls of the Kolkata Mint, will always remain. They are more than just currency. They are artifacts of history, symbols of culture, and a testament to the enduring journey of a nation. The humble 1 rupee coin, in all its forms, will forever hold a special place in the heart of India.